Okay, so it's been a few days since I've last looked at this. A day or two ago, I went to Walmart and bought some Simple Green cleaner concentrate. It's a concentrate, and it's in a spray bottle. It costs twice as much as the normal strength stuff, so I think you kind of need it though for cleaning circuit boards. So that's what I did. I got that, and the corrosion that I had on these chips, I sprayed all these chips, all the corroded chips, and scrubbed it. And this one here was particularly bad, and you can see it's discolored, but it looks a lot better than it did. So I took that Simple Green, sprayed it, and then I took a brush with firm bristles, and I scrubbed the crap out of it. Scrubbed basically the whole board. It cleaned off the area here where there was a permanent marker saying RushNAttach. It cleaned that off. Cleaned all the corrosion pretty good. And the game is now playing reasonably well. I'm not seeing any glitches there. Let's just watch it here a bit and see if we see any. But I think that corrosion, it may not have been the only problem it had, but I think it was a contributing factor. Okay, so there was some graphics that were broken up there. Now I don't know this game at all. I know it's an old game, but I don't think I've ever played it. So these graphics glitches may be perfectly normal. There used to be a glitch in the title page there on that B, and it's not there now. So that's gone. So an occasional shredding of the sprites might be normal for this game. Might be. I saw some weirdness over here in the lower corner. Okay, so there is a little bit of flickering there. I don't know. I mean, there could still be a bit of a problem, but I don't know at this point if it's going to be corrosion related, because I think I've got that pretty much cleaned up. Let me play around with swapping the RAMs around and probe around and see if I can find some weird signals going to the RAMs. Maybe, okay, so like when that guy kneeled down, it looked weird. I don't know if that's normal or not for this. I'm assuming it's not, but this game is quite, oh, see there's some messing up there. See that? All right, so I'm just gonna probe around. I'm gonna check these RAMs, check the circuitry around the RAMs, and see if I can see anything obvious. And if I do, I'll replace it. So I decided to go ahead and start removing chips to look at the corrosion underneath. This one didn't have much, and I went ahead and cleaned it up. But as I was cleaning, I noticed that there was a trace here that had been cut. That trace there had been cut. Normally this via here was connected to pin 2. This is a clock signal. But someone cut it, and then they added a solder blob to connect these two. This pin 2 to this location, to that via. And the chip that's here is a 669, but it's labeled as a 169. The difference being they're both 4-bit counters, up-down bit counters, but one of them's a BCD, binary coded decimal counter, which is a 169, and the 669 is a binary counter. So I'm wondering if this cut here has something to do with being able to use a 669 here instead of a 169. Not sure, I don't have schematics, I don't know. I removed this one as well because I knew there was corrosion on the outside, but look at that. Look at all that garbage there. This needs to be cleaned up. So I'm also going to remove this one here because there's corrosion around it too. Everything else in this area looks pretty good, but those 3 chips had indications of corrosion. I thought I'd better remove them and take a look. So let me continue. So I got all the corrosion cleaned up underneath. I cleaned up the chips, pins, and everything, and I installed sockets, put the counters back in. Now you can see on the screen, I didn't install the blob jumper yet that was there, and there's no sprite graphics. So down here on the board, I marked it with a little marker. There's supposed to be a wire going from there to there. So if I short it with this, let me see. You can see the graphics start coming back. Well, I can't do this with one hand. All right, so you can see the graphics are there when I short it. So I need to put that jumper back in there, and we'll see what happens. See if that corrosion, especially on that one chip, was very bad. See if that doesn't clear up the graphics. Let me do that real quick. So I'm testing the audio and the controls on this. I'm not going to worry about the graphics problems for now. Cleaning all that up and connecting the jumper didn't solve the graphics glitches. The graphics are back as well as they were before. So far I've tested the coin button, it coins up the machine, and the controls that allow you to play the game all work, and the start buttons work. We have this audio problem that if you move the board just right, see if I can do it, you have to kind of flex it around this area. Okay, so I'm having to bend it quite a bit, but you can hear it cutting out. When it's cutting out, the audio works. In other words, when that hum is gone, the audio is working. So I need to figure out what solder joint or what's going on that's causing this. But right now there will be no audio. Alright, let me see if I can figure that out and I'll be back. It turned out to be just this edge connector was in rough shape. It was really filthy. The bottom side looked pretty good. Top side looked like it had gotten hot. So I cleaned it up and re-tinned it. And now I think we've got audio. Let's check. Put a credit on it. Yeah, sounds good. Maybe the edge connector will help the graphics too, but I doubt it. Playing this one-handed is almost impossible. But the controls work up, down, left, right. And the attack button. And also the special weapons button also works. If I can just get that little bit of glitching out of the graphics, we'll be in good shape. Audio's working good. Okay, so everything's checking out except for the graphics for the sprites. I think that's going to be it for tonight. We will continue on this again, or we'll just shelve it, because I mean it's working. It plays okay. It's got just a little bit of glitching. I'm wondering if these counter chips aren't the problem. It's either the RAMs or counter chips or something associated there in that area. But what I thought cleaning up that corrosion was going to get us there, and it didn't really make much difference. All right, well that's it. I'm just rambling at this point.